Welcome to this Expressive Arts Live. We're just starting with a bit of music. Lift your shoulders, nice and slow. Opening ourselves up to our senses, getting ready to create. It's a nice little wave here. Just out in nature, this is so lovely. Swing your arms, any little movement counts. I see you at home, I see you. Do a little finger dance. I don't actually see you, but I can see myself. Okay, I'm gonna do a run. Alright, we're slowing it down here. Thanks for the likes, thanks for the love. I'm just sitting here in a backyard, sitting and dancing. So hello, and thank you all for joining. Just a little more movement here. A little swim. Swimming would be good right now.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now.
Alright, I think that was good for a nice little movement warm-up to get us started, getting us in our bodies, in our senses, and ready to create. So thank you for joining me. I know this is a different time. I had an obligation at 11 and I pre-recorded something and was unable to upload it for some reason, and I spent several hours trying to do that, and I said, you know what? Just go live and it would be faster. So here we are. So I have a couple of poems for you just to get us in again in this imaginal space. Let's hear for some images that arise and see if there's any wisdom that comes to you from this book. It's called The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kaur. So I'll just read this. They're pretty short poems. If I am the longest relationship of my life, isn't it time to nurture intimacy and love with the person I lie in bed with each night? Dash acceptance. So it's like acceptance is writing to us. That's what it feels like. I like this poem a lot because I think about how even though you can share with other people, you can share your story and people can validate you and they can say like, yeah, I've been there, I know what you're feeling. You are the only person who actually experiences what you're feeling. And how cool is that? It's something that you share with just yourself, which I think is really amazing. So it's a wonderful practice to just think about, yourself as your longest term relationship. You're never gonna break up, or you can't leave yourself really. So it's wonderful. Your body has your back. Your body is constantly breathing for you, and you don't even notice. So that is really cool. And the other poem. What is stronger than the human heart, which shatters over and over and still lives? Hey. So, and then there's this nice little illustration here. It's just spot on, if you've ever had your heart broken, or you know what it feels to have your heart broken by anything, like it doesn't have to just be a romantic relationship, but grieving over loss or changing where you live or things like that can leave us feeling heartbroken sometimes. And yet our heart is still beating here for us, like I was sharing. It's still beating, it's pumping blood through our bodies, and I think that's super wonderful. So I just wanted to share those lovely poems with you. And if you're at home, I like to think about this art practice as a practice also of listening to your intuition. So what is your intuition saying that you want to create during this time together? So for me, I think I'm going to get out a pen, and I have some paper here, and I'm just going to see what comes. I think that I'm going to draw, and then we'll get into some writing. So that will be what I am doing. I'm just letting the pen hit the page. Without judgment, we're going to just invite the images that come as if they are guests in our home, in our spaces here together. And you don't necessarily need to know what is happening or what you're going to create. Just take the time to be with yourself, be self-reflective, notice what you notice, any feelings that may arise. That is all okay. And folks at home, if you have any questions for me about how to get into a practice, or about what I'm creating, or anything, any questions about your own practice, let me know in the comments below, and I'll be sure to respond if I see them. Just love engagement here. Yeah, to be honest, I did do a pre-recorded recording of a similar practice, but it didn't feel the same, you know? Like I like being live. I like knowing that folks are on and doing their own practices at home, and being able to comment with people. So I really enjoy that. So it is maybe why we are on here. I'm just thinking, oh, maybe just done the live right away instead of really trying to push towards making this video happen. That sometimes happens in life. I don't know about you, but it definitely happens in my life in other capacities. Just kind of pushing, and it's maybe not aligned with other things going on. So I'm just drawing little circles and images and shapes right now. All right, here I'll share with you what I got so far. It's kind of makes me feel like we're underwater. There's some bubbles there. So I'm just going to write sort of what I notice about the image here on the side. Bubbles, maybe some feelings that I was feeling that came up as I was creating. All right, so I started with some words like I shared, just kind of noticing what I noticed about this, and then I kind of felt this intuitive voice that was saying like, right. I was getting inspired by these images that came up. So what I first wrote were bubbles, floating, letting go, not pushing, allowing, acceptance, surrender, giving in. And then I wrote, when we give in and allow, we hear our hearts beating quietly, chanting, encouraging us all along the way. So now that I read that, I want to title it along all along the way. So that is what, and I encourage you folks at home to, if you wrote something, to read it out loud, because that gives you a chance to, well, I think just in the writing of it is a great cathartic process. It helps you, helps your mind get in order and your thoughts get into order. But when you read it out loud, it's like you can be a witness for yourself, and that is so incredible. So there you have it. That is our Expressive Arts live for this Friday. Catch us next week. We're going to be at our regular time next week. So I'll be going live Friday at 11 Eastern Standard Time on Instagram. And shortly after that, 11:45, I'll be on the Facebook Live doing a similar practice. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you have a wonderful weekend, and I hope you can enjoy some of this nature all around us today, and I hope to see you next time. And please feel free to send us your artwork if you're creating at home. Send us a message and we'd love to see it. And on Instagram you can join us live and share what you have for us. So that is wonderful, because you can go on live with us, and I think when you share, you are sharing your gifts with folks around us, and we all get something from it. It's really a wonderful practice. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I will catch you again next week at our regular time, 11 Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.